Otep, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother.
We are with the college radio station 100.7 KURT,
Very cool.
Tarleton State University. We're so grateful you take time out of your day to speak to us.
Where's the university?
It's about 45 minutes to an hour south of here.
What city?
Stephenville.
Oh, yeah, I know Stephenville. I've driven to there before.
Yeah, well, that's where we're from. Let's go ahead and start the interview.
Sure.
Your last album, Smash the Control Machine, came out about a year ago now. How has the response to that been?
It's been great. I think we're really happy with how it's been received by the fans. It seems, unfortunately, somewhat prophetic, I think, with all the political mishaps and corporate nonsense that's been going on. But it seems like the people aren't taking it anymore like they had for 8 years prior to that, that they've decided that being spoon-fed isn't an American quality that we desire anymore. And so it seems, hopefully, that people continue to be inspired by music and other art, but then take responsibility for themselves and not listen to political leaders or crazy singers or anybody else, and just follow your own ideas and dreams.
Right. Lyrically, to me, it sounds a little bit in a different direction than some of your older stuff. It seems more socially and politically conscious than a lot of your older stuff. Is that something you agree with? I mean, I know everybody interprets your music differently.
I mean, I think there's only two, probably on this record, there's probably two overt political songs, and that's Smash the Control Machine and Rise Rebel Resist. But I think, coming out of the particular environment that we've been living under for the past 8.5 years, was there really wasn't anything else that I could talk about. The glaring reality, the bear trap that we were in. I couldn't just avoid it. It was my point of view, my self-expression, my reaction to that tar pit that we were sinking in. And hopefully, giving people some place to scream, a place to take all of that emotion and funnel it into something, and then hopefully clear their mind so they can, channel their spirits in other directions.
When you go to write songs or create an album, how does that process work? Do you come up with the lyrics on your own and then just pass it off to the band and they make the music, or is it a collaboration between everyone? Well,
I write all the lyrics, and we musically we collaborate. Jay usually comes in with a lot of riff ideas, and though he's the bass player, he writes a lot of the guitar and a lot of the percussion as well. But he and I usually will sit down and we'll go over a lot of things and together, and anything that I hear that matches something I've written or something that just sounds remarkable, we try to work with and collaborate on. It's really fun here. Why did they put us up here?
I have no idea.
Really hot. What? We don't have to do this. We can move down here. It's cooler down here.
If you want to move down there,
yeah, let's do that. This is done. It's really hot here. What's that? That was me kicking the door because it's so damn hot. Sorry. Okay. But it's usually a collaborative effort, and I enjoy collaborating. I actually find that it challenges me as an artist, it challenges me as a writer, but it also inspires me as an artist and a writer to be around other creative people who will bring in a different idea or a different take on a riff or a different sound or something that'll spark an image or spark an emotion or remind me of the 10,000 lyric books that I will bring into the studio. I've got something for that, and I'll go thumb through it and grab it and bring it out and put it down and see if it works. But it's a nice spiritual intercourse of energy when we write a record. Same thing on stage. It's the same sort of scenario. It's just that it's a bit more controlled in the studio.
You're on Victory Records now. Mm-hmm. You've been on several record labels throughout your career. How's your experience been with Victory, being on that label as compared to others?
Well, yeah, our first label was Capitol Records, and that was...
How was that experience?
Well, it was great. At first, they were a major label. They treated us as best they could. They didn't really know what to do with us. We're this crazy little art band from Los Angeles, and that brought in poetry and politics into a genre that normally doesn't want to deal with those kind of things, and also very personal events, and I'm also a woman, and it's also very pummeling. So they had no idea what to do with this. These are they repped Radiohead and Coldplay, and they also repped Zeppelin and Pink Floyd too. So that's why I wanted to go there, because I thought, well, these guys, they understand artistic intention. Maybe not the genre. I didn't understand the genre. I still don't. But they understand artistic intention. I thought they have Tom York, they have Zeppelin, Floyd. I mean, these cats know. They have the Beastie Boys. This really nice, diverse plethora of bands, but they really had no clue what to do with us. They had no really idea how to market us. They would just throw us on Ozfest every year, and that was fun, and that was great, and we enjoyed that. Our second label is not worth mentioning at all, and this label, Victory, though, I find them they're fantastic with their revolutionary spirit. They're not members of the RIAA. The president pretty much does what he wants. He believes in music, he believes in artists, he believes in fans, and it's just been remarkable what they've been able to do for us. And they really, I think, understand who we are as a band, what our message is, and who our fans are. And that's the first time anybody's ever really deciphered that well for us and found a place for us. And they've done that, and I couldn't be happier.
You mentioned earlier being a woman. How has that experience been leading one of the heaviest bands out there, and being a female at the same time? Well,
I mean, I didn't consciously think about it. I'm not aware that I'm a woman all the time. Just like I'm sure you're not aware you're a man all the time. You're just who you are. You're an individual. So it didn't pass through my thinking process at all. That, hey, I'm a woman, I should start this band, and it wasn't that contrived. It wasn't that, there wasn't anything that sneaky about it. I just wanted to I just wanted to be in a band and write emotional music, and that was it, really. And it's been difficult at times. I think I get a little bit a different sort of reaction than, say, men do. Men don't normally, at least not at these types of shows, don't normally scream sexist comments at women, and we get that occasionally, and I have to put those people in their place immediately, of course. I think that and that's sort of the negative side. People say, oh, she's a woman, she can't do this, she can't do that, and then they come see our shows and they say, oh, well, that's a woman, she's not supposed to do this, she's not supposed to do that. And I think that's inspired a lot of people, male, female, whatever, to follow their own dreams and pursuits without having to sort of follow a certain path that someone else has laid out for them according to their economic status, their race, their gender, their sexual orientation, whatever. You can be who you want to be, just do it, And so far, I think it's been an uphill battle, but that's, I tend to always pick challenges. I get bored very easily, so if it's not a challenge, then I don't think that it's worthwhile.
This past year, you were a GLAAD Media Awards nominee. Do you want to talk about how that experience was for you?
Yeah, I never thought it would happen. I absolutely didn't even see it coming. I've been screaming politics since the first record. Actually, since Jihad, but since the first album, truthfully, it's been screaming politics, and most people don't recognize it, though. I think. We had songs like "Battle Ready," and even "Thoughts" was sort of dedicated to Osama bin Laden and George Bush, but people sort of take that as their own meaning behind the song, and they apply it to their lives, and that's fine. That's what art should be. It should be personal, with just a little bit of flavor from the artist in it. But to be nominated next to like Adam Lambert and Lady Gaga, I didn't think they'd ever, an organization like GLAAD, who's one of the most prestigious organizations on the planet, I didn't think they'd ever, pay any attention to a lowly underground band like ours, that's so riotous and dissident and all that. Because I don't play by the rules very often, I don't, and I don't always say the right things, and I speak my mind when I probably shouldn't politically in the sort of electoral politics, but just in the professional politics of things. There's certain times I probably should just zip my mouth and not comment, but I tend to find that it's very difficult for me to do. I can't abide stupidity. I can't abide fly-infested famines of common sense. I can't. So it was quite a shocker to be listed among those people, and I had no illusions whatsoever of winning. I knew we weren't winning, but just to be nominated was enough for me. Just to know that I guess it sparked a little bit more hope inside me that speaking your mind and standing for something and not falling for something, but believing in your own ideas and political beliefs and standing up for them will matter, and that was really nice.